If you're learning a foreign language, and for all but 95 million of you, that includes German, one of the things that you're probably hoping to achieve is a perfect accent. After all, that's the whole point, isn't it? You don't want to sound like an idiot. Which is understandable. Funny accents are used to comic effect in popular entertainment. Nobody likes being laughed at, and I hope that you appreciate the risk I'm taking in making YouTube videos. It's not surprising then that there are quite a few language students out there who are really concerned about getting the accent exactly right. For example, a very common question is, how do I pronounce the German R? That was actually the original idea for this video because it is such a common question with a very complicated answer. This is a list of the most important pronunciations of the letter using the International Phonetic Alphabet. Each symbol is a slightly different pronunciation and they're used in different dialects of German. We could also add this one, which is the vocalic R used in certain contexts. For example, in this word, but not in this word. I could have demonstrated all the different sounds using examples and explained how each of them is made, but would there have been any point? After all, at the end of the video, I would have said that you could use any one of those sounds or anything that's close enough. Because here's the thing, what you need to do is to communicate. As long as people understand you and you understand them, that's enough. There are only two groups of people that need to get the accent absolutely perfect: actors and spies. Well, spies at any rate. There are many examples of actors who have a terrible time speaking any foreign language well, but it doesn't seem to have damaged their careers, unfortunately. But spies. If you're a spy, you need to be able to speak a foreign language with a perfect accent. Nobody else does. Your accent just needs to be comprehensible. Besides, it's really tough to get a perfect accent. Take me, for example. I've been living in Germany now for 25 years. My German is pretty good, but by no means perfect. On a good day, I can talk to somebody for maybe 5 minutes before they notice that I have a foreign accent. Most people notice much sooner. Some people hear me speak one sentence and immediately ask if I'm English by any chance. My German accent was always pretty good for some reason, but in the past that actually caused me more problems than having a bad accent would have done. It meant that when talking to strangers, they would assume, incorrectly, that I was fluent in the language. Back when I was in Germany for the first time, this was a huge problem. I would very carefully rehearse how to say something like, "Excuse me, could you tell me how to get to the post office?" and deliver it as if I'd been speaking German for years. That got me very good grades at school, but in real life it meant that the person I was talking to would answer me as if I had been speaking German for years. I had no chance. If I'd asked the question in a bad but understandable accent, I would much more likely have got an answer that I understood. The point I'm trying to make here is that having a fantastic accent is not necessarily much of an aid to communication. Grammar and vocabulary are so much more important. If you say, "Where is the post office?" that is a lot better than "Post office is where she." So don't sweat it. Listen to the language that you're learning as much as you can and pronounce it as best you can. Don't worry about the small things. They are really not worth the time. Thanks for watching. If you'd like to send me a postcard, here's the address. And don't forget to visit my website and follow me on Twitter and Facebook. Also, if you'd like access to special bonus content and help with the costs of running this channel, please consider making a small monthly donation on Patreon.